So you are trying to know if it's a history thing, if it's a family thing. Me, I don't sha believe in family history. I don't believe in it. Anything that happens to you is what you decide to happen to you. Now, person first carry and come the family, abi. So me, I don't believe in family history. I believe in your lifestyle. What you have done with your life is affecting you. That's what I believe. But medically they believe in family history, but not Misha. So now we spoke with the woman and we found out that she has polycystic ovaries. She started developing hair, beards. This one is not the small hair that we women used to have. Not be that kind of hair, as in hair, hirsutism, hair growth on her face. Her legs, you could see hair all over her legs. You know, and then from there, you could see her having, what are they calling it now? In that case, we have male hormones, so her male hormones is very small. That means her male hormone has increased. She has hormonal imbalance. She started seeing that symptoms when she was younger, but she didn't think it was something serious that needed medical attention. She neglected it. When she got married, it became difficult for her to conceive. Okay. The second menstrual health issues we have something called fibroid. That one is common. In fact, the rate at which women get fibroid, even the one that have delivered, is so high. What is fibroid? Just put it like this. Fibroid simply means mass that is growing in your uterus or outside in your womb or outside your womb that is not cancerous. It's not cancerous. It's just growing there. Now, what do fibroid affect fertility? Yes, it does. How does it affect it? It can block the sperm from reaching the egg. Now, I knew someone that got pregnant. She has fibroid. Now, she went for this massage. They checked her and said, pikin dey o, but it never entered the womb. In the one side, the fibroid, they try push and comot. Is that true? Of course, it's possible. You know? So that's what they told her. She will go for normal medical pregnancy test, negative. But she goes for native, they touch and say, there's a child there. Now, people will be wondering what causes fibroid. Now, there are signs you should look out for as a single person before you go into marriage. There are signs you should look out for. The first sign is heavy or painful period. My period is very heavy. How do you know a period is heavy? If you soak more than 3 pads a day, you have a heavy period. It's not the one that you just want to go and change. Your pad you use, you soak more than 3 a day, your period is heavy. Okay? Now you have this pelvic pain. It feels like you are ovulating, but you're not ovulating. There's this pressure that comes there. That's a sign to look out for. And then you always urinate frequently. Don't mistake frequent urination for drinking excessive water. If you drink excessive water, you urinate. If you have urinary tract infection, you urinate. But if these signs, they go together, then you should seek medical attention. Of course, seek the help of God. It's not something you should keep quiet. If you are a Christian, you're a believer, you believe in miracles, you believe in God, seek the help of God. Don't keep quiet and say, I've been making day like that. Do something about it. Now, what can cause fibroid? Medically, it doesn't have a known cause. You see somebody living their life normally, nothing happened, but they develop fibroid. It doesn't have a known cause, but it has a myth attached to it. Somebody said, as a lady, if you don't have sexual intercourse, you will have fibroid. It's a lie. I'm telling you the myth they said about fibroid. Or they said, there's another myth. When I remember it, I'll bring it. But that's the most common one. If you have been without any sexual intercourse for a long time, there's a chance that you will have fibroid. It's a very big lie. Okay. Now, there's another issue that comes. I won't call the name because it is quite, for laymen, you may not understand, but it's called endometriosis. Let me explain what it means. It looks big. Okay, now, it just simply means there are tissues growing outside your womb. It causes heavy period. It causes chronic, that pelvic pain has been there for a long time. It doesn't come and go. You know, it has been there for a long time. And then you are seeing your period, but it's like a period one stop. The next day, you don't see small spots. Be like saying one stop, you don't see, but this thing don't stop which day. Why they see another spot? It can happen. Spotting between periods, it can happen. So when you see that, you should look at, you should always get attention. Now, can it affect fertility? Yes. Now, this endometriosis, these tissues, they can block your fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is just like the passage that the egg will travel to the womb. That's just what fallopian tube is. It's just the passage. So they can block that passage. So if they block that passage, what can happen? What will happen? What will happen? Good. The egg will not be able to pass. So you see now. Okay. Another thing they can do is they can, now once egg has been fertilized, the egg is supposed to go and implant itself. The way you don't prepare soil to plant a hair, the egg is supposed to go and plant itself in the womb. If you have endometriosis, that planting may not be possible. And if it affects it, you will have miscarriages. Okay. The next one I want to talk about is irregular period. What does that mean? It means sometimes you see your period, your next period is longer than your menstrual cycle is longer than 35 days. For example, some people have 28-day cycle. That means if I see my period today, I count to 28 days and that period will come. Some people will have up to, they will count 35 days, period has not come. Some people, they will not even see it the whole month, but they are not pregnant. Or in a full year, you see your period just 9 months. Out of 12 months, only 9 months to see your period. It's a problem. Don't say, hey, I just did. Most times it happens, it can happen when you are just 15, 16, 17 years. Sometimes even when you've gotten to your 20s, 25, you'll be experiencing that before you get married. I'll be like, don't worry, everything is fine. And then there's a myth that comes with that. It says, as you're not in once you get married, you meet your husband, your period will be regular. It is a lie, oh. It may not be, it may be. Don't carry it as assurance. Do you understand? Okay. Now, why does it matter, especially for singles? It means that for you to have that kind of issue, it means that you're not ovulating regularly. And if you don't ovulate, you can't get pregnant. And also, it can also be a sign of something deeper. Something deeper like what? You're having hormonal imbalance. Or you are emotionally or physically stressed. When you are stressed emotionally or physically, your period will stop. Do you know why? God is wonderful. God made it in place to say, I will not ovulate because your body cannot handle a baby. So the period will stop. So you have to check your stress level. Am I stressed emotionally? Am I stressed physically? Mommy have taught us about singles, dating, heartbreaks. Hey, heartbreak happened to you as a single, you want to kill yourself. I saw a lady, we went to one addiction center. We saw a girl. That girl is 21 years. She has been an addict for 5 years. Like, she don't dey take marijuana. You know marijuana? For 5 years. So we started talking. How did it start? A guy broke her heart. So the guy broke her heart. She has been smoking before that time. How did you learn how to smoke? From secondary school reunion. She went to secondary school reunion and some group of teenagers came and said, hey, try this one. And so she started to try her. From there, she got used to the smoking. And then they broke her heart. The cigar she's taking cannot sustain her again. She went for higher one. She started with cocaine, but cocaine is expensive. And then she went for weed. That's why people call marijuana. She went to buy that one. She'll be taking it. Oh, it's messed up her life. She became an addict. When she wants to stop, she cannot stop. She even had some time that she even wanted to slit her hand and kill herself because of that effect. So when mommy is saying that do not label your relationship and then if something happens to you, say your heart don't break. And then some people to know how you will channel your stress to something positive. You decided to channel yourself to drugs. Let me not deviate, but I needed to bring it out because when I went to the addiction, it was young girls I saw. Young girls. The men, they're waiting that they take. Once the men take their own, they'll run mad. Because their own is either they'll take that eyes where they make them stand one place, they cannot move. Or they'll be doing like they are half dead. Go and smoke dead body bone. Just to feel high. Those things are damaging you're damaging your organs and your system. God has made it beautiful. You want to add extra to it. It's you that know. Thank God you are in this service. We'll teach you more. Okay. Now, another thing is nutrition and body weight. Now, if you're underweight, you may have irregular periods. What does underweight mean? It's not when you climb in the scale weighing 50 kg. No. Your body weight is a product of both your height and your weight. Sir? BMI, yes. Body mass index is a product of your height and your weight. So, and the normal one is from 18, 18.5 to about 24.5. That's normal. See somebody with check weight, body mass index is 16. You're underweight. Go and eat food. And then from 25, 26 and above, you are overweight. Then when you get to 30, you are obese. These weight changes can cause hormonal imbalance, which can in turn affect you from seeing your period. Okay. Remember the Bible says, a merry heart doeth good like what? A merry heart doeth good like what? So it's not every time you are thinking, the whole world not on top of your head. Some people have issues more than you. So always be merry, because when you are happy, your body releases good hormones, which can help regulate your menstrual cycle. Not just that, you will not be having any small thing headache, any small thing new pain, because you're always sad. There's a particular, when I say God is wonderful, see, there's a particular medicine in your body that when it is released, you won't feel pain. It's called endorphins. Endorphins is released only when you are happy. You understand? Say, go to bed, I go sleep, I still wake up with the headache. You went to bed angry. So the hormone could not be released. So you wake up with the headache and then end up taking paracetamol. So always, let nothing get to this your heart. So that your hormones, they are messengers that goes around your body. It tells your body what to do. So if anyone is too high or anyone is too low, some part of the development will stop. Now, the next one that can happen is when you don't see your menses at all. I encountered a lady that did not see her menses for 2 years. That was when I was doing my internship. That was the first thing. I've never seen it before. That was my first experience. She came and said, "Fam, I've not menstruated for 2 years. And I'm married. I need to conceive." He said, when it started early. I said, "Did you let it get to 2 years?" He said, when it started, she thought it was normal. When she was single, that's how it always happened. Sometimes period will come this month, it won't come next month. She's happy when she don't see period. As long as she's not pregnant. She was single now. This one no come, she can flex and all that. When you don't see your period a month, do not be happy. It's a time to check what is the problem. Do you understand? So she was happy. All of a sudden, it followed her till she get married, and for straight 2 years, she didn't see her period. Now, when should you be worried? It happens when you start menstruating. When you do not menstruate, but you have gotten to the age of 15 and 16, and you started having breasts, but you're not menstruating, is a problem. Okay? And maybe you were menstruating before, and all of a sudden you just stop seeing your period, is a problem. It tells you that your hormones are not balanced. If your hormones are not balanced, you have something like acne, pimples all over your face. Both men, not just women. You see acne, this growth all over your face, you feel tired easily. Hormones they should always be balanced, because when they're not balanced, they cause a lot of problem. Or you start having thyroid problem. People that have this big throat, thyroid problem, it's because their hormone is not balanced. There are different hormones. So how do you make these hormones balance? Eat good food. Exercise as often as you can, but not excessively. And not say go hit the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they do treadmill, you want to kill yourself. You will make your hormone not to be balanced. You will cause problem for yourself. So you balance it out. And then guard your heart. Guard, not letting anything happens to you. That's why most times when you are sad or angry, most people don't eat. And they have lost a loved one, they are sad. They don't eat because that hormone that controls hunger have ceased. And they can end up having ulcer without knowing. So this your heart, When the Bible says you should guard your heart with all diligence, the Bible says you should guard your heart with all diligence. It's not just saying because the Bible is spiritual. Anything you need is inside that Bible. See, lies the issues of heart. I was reading the book, was it Exodus, a bit Deuteronomy, but the time of Abraham them. And I was seeing how they were treating conditions without drugs. Come, you wash with this. You wash with this. I said, so those times, they don't have doctors, they don't have medicine, But somehow God has kept everything in place to help us check ourselves. It is you that will carry on and put yourself in wahala for the females. Now you're saying that's why it's good as I be man. No, I don't get all these many problems. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You have problem too. What problem do you have as a man? Men can have hormonal imbalance as well. And when they have hormonal imbalance, it can affect their chance of fertility. Men is even worse because there are certain things our own is, we know is hormone, but your lifestyle can even stop you from having good sperm. Now you see those things used to call soccer pants that you wear that is tight. It is not good though. Let me explain to you. Now you have testes. Now when you put on that soccer pants, it produces heat. And when it heats up your testes, your sperm are they're like protein. Temperature changes can affect them, especially heat. So when it's heated so much, it cannot maintain the temperature it's supposed to be. You will end up shooting blank. When you get married tomorrow, you marry your wife, all the blame is in your wife's head. Is you. Me, I know when I was my singles, I got how many girls pregnant. So how come you cannot get pregnant? How come you cannot get pregnant? The issue is from you. Maybe it's from you the man. So what do? You put on, you say those boxers are for married people. It's not for single guys. Those ones that are, that free boxers. You say no, it's not for us. It's our own is the soccer pants. The one that when you wear jeans, is showing how your male organ is in front. That's the one you want to wear. You will have problem tomorrow. Soccer pants is worn only when you want to do rigorous exercise. Football, that's when you wear it. After your football, go and bathe and remove it. Do you know why? This testis has something called, it contains blood vessels. So as you're running and playing football, those things can tie. And once it ties, the sperm will not get normal blood flow and your sperm can die. They may even remove your testis. Of course, the testis is where semen is produced. We had a young boy that his testis was removed in UPTH. Small boy, 7 years. So that boy don't already get issues with giving a woman, as in issues with fertility when you grow. How did it happen? He was playing football, running around, and then the testis not tied. He started feeling pain, but he didn't say anything. Nah, normal. The pain I'm telling you is so severe. He started feeling pain. No one tell mama until the mom see him putting his hand there and bending. I said, what's the problem? He said that place is paining him. The first thing the woman suspected was that molested her child. She didn't suspect football. Say, who touched you? Who do this? Who do that? The boy said nothing. He just came from playing football. They had to take him to the hospital. They took him too late. By then, the cells, the blood flow to the testes was not there anymore. So they had to remove his testes. Okay. Let's pause. All of you are thinking and reflecting, Abi. You think you don't have problem as a man. Okay. Now, another issue that can come with you as a man is not just the soccer pants and the boxers that help to maintain your sperm health. Hygiene also matters. Your hygiene is very important as a man. You do not wash your private with harsh soap also. It will peel your skin there. And once that skin peels off, you start having infection. And once you have infection, you start taking antibiotics, that when the wound peels off, that place peels off because of you have infection, and then before you start treating, it will take a long time. Not even a long time. You yourself will feel the pain. That's another thing. So what am I saying? You want to wash your private soap, mild soap and water. Wash very well. Okay? Because you have androgen and testosterone, you cannot rule out body odor from men. That's why you have to bathe very well. The one you rush into the toilet and come out fast. No. Wash your armpits, your private very, very well. Because if you don't wash very well, most body odors are caused by bacterial growth. To grow and you start, the odor you will perceive, you may even take medication for it. Okay. What are the issues men can have? They can have low sperm count. They can have no sperm at all, or the sperm will change shape. If that happens, fertility is difficult. I've even seen a man, see that thing I said about polycystic ovarian syndrome for women. Can happen to a man. Bald headed, start having bald head. If you have bald head, think it's normal. It's not normal. Oh. It's a hormonal issue. Oh. Check yourself. Oh. Check your head. Check yourself. Oh. Some are normal, but it's not all that are normal. Be sure that your own is normal before you now say, that's how our head be for our house. Okay. Having said that, there is something that has been bothering my mind that I said I'm going to share with every single here. What is that? Talked about hormonal issues and how it affects you when you get married, how you should take care of your health, your hygiene for the guys. Don't use hand soap. Don't put on tight. It should be cotton boxers. Don't put on tight clothing. And then don't use one boxers for so long. After you've used it for, if you can change it, I don't know how to do on our own share, but don't use it for too long. Wash it as often as you can. And please, ladies, you're ashamed to dry your panties outside. Don't do that. If you're ashamed, you can take iron and iron it very well. Do you know why? The bacteria that lives in a moist environment to enter your private, and you have infection. And then you'll be wondering where it's coming from. It happens to our little children as well. There's a lady that came to meet me. Well, the girl is just 5 years. What does she have? She's having vaginal discharge. How did it happen? Hygiene, of course. So hygiene is very important for both male and female. Because you now go about now taking antibiotics that you're supposed to even avoid if you did the right thing. So dry your panties. If you're even drying it, it's not the part that you wear that is outside. Though. It's the outer part that you hang on the sun, not the inside. Of course, there's microorganisms all over the air. Let sun touch it very well before you pack it inside. So even if you put it in your toilet shower hand, take it outside later. Let sun touch it. For the male, you're not exception. You're not exempted rather. So you also take your things outside, let it dry. Okay, what's that thing that has been bothering me? I said I want to share with you people. Remember I told you of that lady, that young girl that got heartbroken and decided to go into taking weed or taking marijuana. Addiction is real. Most importantly, singles, you have pairs, people you mingle with, they can affect you. It is real. I've seen destinies, I've seen men, young promising men and ladies, their life wasted because they have gone to do drugs. Addiction is a devil, it's a demon. It comes to take away your time, take away everything that has to do with your life. You feel like, if I don't take drugs, how do I belong? I need to be high to feel among. That was one reason one guy took drugs. I saw him, his name is, the guy is 29 years. When I met him, said that we met in January, so his birthday is around. So this year is 30. What happened? He's timid, he's shy, he cannot talk. So whenever he goes to an occasion, he's always quiet. So his friends will be teasing him like, Omo, okay, you know they talk. So even this woman even come, not even toast woman. He couldn't do that. What did he do? Of course, he's an only child, only boy. His parents had gone abroad. But they felt like he's big, so let him stay by himself. The guy went to take drugs. So he started with cocaine. And then from cocaine, he went to marijuana. And then from marijuana, and this marijuana is what people call crack. Cocaine be crack. Which one is crack? It's cocaine that is crack, abi? You don't have to answer me, abi? It's good, we don't take that here, but... So, the guy was now doing that. He now ended up in a rehabilitation center. So thank God, when we saw him, he has already known that he has already turned a new leaf. He was fine. What if he was not fortunate to be brought to a center? What if he has lost his life as a result of that? No matter the pressure you are faced with as a single, you've not gotten married, someone tells you, body shames you, you are too... They even used to body shame him. He doesn't have packs, he's fat. And say, see, as you fat, you look like you don't reach 40 years. They used to body shame men. Do you think it's only women that used to body shame? They used to tell men, when you tell men, the way when you tell a woman that she's fat, she feels bad. That's the same way when you tell a man, oh boy, don't a fat, when they feel bad, you don't even know. Just that they don't express it like us. We will not start squeezing our face. So they body shamed him into doing that thing. So don't let anybody body shame you. Your body is beautiful. You are unique. So when we started advising them, so as somebody broke your heart, why don't you bring that whole energy into something positive? Instead of your the guy don't marry, you don't even go, you want to kill yourself on top the guy matter. So as a single person, as a young man, as a young woman, young lady, young guy, I advise you, because I've seen a lot of issues gone wrong because someone does not know how to manage their stress level. Someone does not know how to manage their issues. They have gone to take medications that will cause them problem tomorrow. And this is what happened to these young people. You may not be taking it, but you may have friends that take it. Trust me, it's easy to get influenced negatively. You may even join them, you no go know. Just one pop will not do anything. And before you know, don't take them small, small. Let's be guided. It leads to no way. It leads to no, there's no destination when you start taking taking hard drugs. It's what I'm saying is it's all over. You will see people running mad. One guy in room okoroma, you think, this guy don't mad. Maybe they take this thing. You will not say, God forbid, it cannot be me. What if it's you or your someone you know? In fact, if the person relation did that car, you know go say, I know, you know go even talk. Because nobody want to be identified with someone that is running mad. So you can avoid that. And this thing is sold on the street, though. It's sold everywhere. There's no restrictions again. It is you that have the authority to say, I will not take it. Okay? So, I think that's what I have for you. I don't want to... All the questions you have, write it down. Write it down and through. I know that you have a lot of questions. When you call, you ask. Thank you very much, and